I'm not very prepared for today's broadcast. I'm kind of scrambling to get on at a reasonable time. I'm also rocking in like an 80s lip today. Y'all. That frosty pink thing that we used to do in the 80s. Why? I went down like an 80s rabbit hole last night on YouTube. What am I talking about? It's all over my Instagram stories. You'll have to go there. If you want to know why I just was inspired to rock an 80s lip. Instagram stories. Do you follow me on Instagram? EricaRmeyer.com. Not .com, Erica R. Meyer is my handle. EricaRmeyer.com is where you can go to learn all about Reframe It and get on my email list and find out about my course and all that kind of stuff. I'm so used to saying it. My name is Erica R. Meyer of EricaRmeyer.com. Voiceover talent, owner of Reframe It Mindset Motivation, and author of Reframe It, Rethinking Your Reactions to Life's Annoyances. A picture book for adults that is designed to reduce your stress level right away. I teach busy adults how simple shifts in mindset can immediately reduce your everyday stress, improve your health, and increase your happiness. And it was the loss of my father to cancer in 2015 that inspired that curiosity about positive mindset. I didn't mean to laugh during that line. I was hitting my book there. It's not really a laughable line, but take it. And through that experience, Reframe It was born, as well as the Reframe It online course, which is coming back in 2019. Get on my email or get on my wait list for that. I'll put that in comments. And then you can go to ericarmeyer.com, just like I said at the top, to get on my weekly email list and to find out about upcoming services like my meditation component that is coming out soon. Yesterday I said it was December the 3rd will be when it's officially available. I haven't given much info beyond that, but I will when I'm ready to. Yeah, so when plans change, life annoyance of the week, when plans change 3 times in 30 minutes, that's what happened today. So I thought I would share it. I'm just like wiggly wobbly like a wiggle worm right now in my chair. So my husband, we live walking distance from his job. He walks to work every day and back. So often he is able to come home for lunch. And sometimes I will bring him his lunch if he gets bogged down. We live like between a 6 to 8 minute walk to his office. So today he alerts me that he probably is going to be getting off early because it seems like that's the musings around the office. And so he's like, I may be coming home, 3 hours earlier. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I'm just like, all right, then I need to figure out how I'm going to readjust my afternoon. Because of course, obviously I work from home. I do voiceover from home. I write from home. I entrepreneur myself from home. And so like whenever he comes home early or whatever, I kind of sometimes have to adjust my schedule accordingly. So I was like, okay. And then 10 minutes later, if that, no, never mind. They're not going to let us go early. They're going to let us go early next week. So I'm probably going to come home for lunch after all because he was going to not come home and just like power through it if they were going to be letting him off early. So I was like, well, okay. So usually I'll just like whip up a quick sandwich for him because I'm kind and I'm here. And so that way it's available. Now I had to run errands this afternoon. I had to go pick up a book at the library. I had to go by the bank and get some cash. I had to do some other errands. And I thought, okay, well, if you're going to be coming home for lunch after all, then I will go ahead and pop out now, get these errands done while I have this window of time, and then I will be done with it. Well, I'm out running the errands. And mind you, all of this is probably like in a 0.6 of a mile radius. Everything that I'm doing. Library, bank, work, apartment, 6/10 of a mile, 7/10 of a mile radius. So then as I'm walking out, got my first errand run, the husband messages me and he's just like, oh, well, I got bogged down and now it's too late to go home. So can you bring me my lunch after all? And I was just like, I was legit practically standing in front of his building when he messaged me that. And I was just like, really? All right, well, I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll go back home. I'll walk straight home instead, go put it together, and then come back over here to the office. Now, because I was legit practically standing in front of his office when he messaged me that, knowing that I was going to have to go back home and come back, to the direction of the office, who among you would have gotten just like seriously just irritated and like would have ripped your spouse a new one, or would have been like, just like frustration. So while I was tempted to get frustrated in the moment because, hey, Mickey, because I was like right there already, I was like, you know what? No, let's reframe this thing a la quick. Yeah. So I'm like, it's a beautiful day out. The sky is blue. It's not foggy yet. Fog hasn't rolled in here yet. So I was able to be out in like short sleeves and stuff. And it gave me more exercise. Honestly, my exercise of choice and my exercise is walking. That is what I do for my exercise, is walking. So to be able to get a little more of it in, there's no harm in that. So those were the quick reframes that I did. And because there's no point in picking arguments and little stupid little things like that with your spouse. There's no good that could ever come of that. So griping at him, being frustrated that, all of this plans change all of a sudden and I had to kind of do a loop-de-loop and circle back. I mean, typically, we could like lash out or get upset or get frustrated and be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm already here. I'm not going to go back around, blah, 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 blah. You can just like create a bigger deal of it than needs to be. And for what? What is that going to accomplish? Truthfully. My husband, I would probably tell you, he would probably say ever since I've started to apply the principles of reframing to my life on a daily basis, I'm much more pleasant to live with. I will just say, I'm sure I am. You would have to ask him, I guess. As he is learning to implement the Reframe It principles into his own life, he has become more pleasant to live with because I've reminded him, hey, how you gonna reframe these things out of your control, and it's just a much more peaceful environment. Hello, who doesn't want peace? Anyway, so that's what it was. Added exercise, and just being able to be out and enjoy the day, which was awesome. So that was how I reframed it. What was your life annoyance of the week, guys? How did you reframe your life annoyance of the week? I want to know, and I want you to share this out too so I can find out about everybody else's. Because I want to know that you're practicing the Reframe It principles. I want to know that you've got it down. And if you don't, well, I've got some resources available. All right, guys. You all have an amazing weekend. Monday, we're going to talk about procrastination. Ugh, I'm the worst. I'm guilty of that. That's why I got to talk about it. And that's it. Y'all have an amazing weekend. EricRmeyer.com for all things Reframe It. And we shall resume chat Monday. Bye, guys. Happy reframing.